The film was released in the year 2023. The name is The Bat. After watching the trailer, I had guessed that it would be a typical horror film, but it was not like that. It is a very dark, deep, and disturbing film. It is a slow burn, but it shows a dark side of this world. Usually people do not like such films, but according to me, such stories can bring a better change in the world. If you are new to our channel, then definitely subscribe. The story begins by showing the house, from where the sound of a woman screaming was coming because she was in labor. After a while, she gives birth to a child, but someone snatches her child. She screams and says that you had promised me that you would let him go. Then suddenly the sound of a gunshot is heard and everything becomes quiet. This is a very terrible secret. It will be revealed further in the story. After this, the scene is 40 years later, where we see the couple Alex and his wife, Sarah, and their young son, Liam. Fed up with the city life and expenses, these people had come to see the house in the countryside. And this was the same house that we saw at the beginning of the story. Alex likes this house very much, but Sarah was surprised that why such a beautiful house is available at such a low price. Before them, no one had bought this house till date. That is, this house was closed for the last 40 years. Then Cindy, who was a real estate agent, tells them that 40 years ago, an accident had happened in this house. A woman killed her father and child and took her own life. So whoever came to know this story refuses to buy the house. No one wants to live in a house where someone has been murdered. Cindy gets disappointed and asks that maybe you both have also changed your mind. But Sarah says that it does not matter to her. This is a 40-year-old thing and I think about the coming tomorrow. Alex was very happy to hear this. After which they do the property paperwork and get the house registered in their name. Alex and Sarah together start decorating this house. Then Anna found a room which was not opening, so she asks Alex to open it. After trying a little, the door opens. On going inside, they see that this room was locked. It was a boy's room, which was quite surprising because Cindy had told that the couple living here had a daughter. Well, they were talking about this when a man named Chris suddenly entered and said that he also had a son. They got a little scared seeing Chris because he had come inside without informing them. Actually, Chris is their neighbor who had brought a gift for them in the joy of coming to the new house. That is, Bear was a strange man. He was leaving just after seeing Sarah. Sarah and Alex found it very strange that Chris had come up like this. After some time, he left their house. Well, after working the whole day, Sarah and Alex were very tired. Sarah asks Alex to take Liam to his room. Alex says that today is his first day in this house too, so why not stay in his room tonight? Sarah agreed to this. Now suddenly at night, her sleep is broken by the sound of children, which was coming from behind the big cupboard. On looking behind the cupboard, she also saw a door there, but that cupboard was very heavy, so she could not move it. She could not sleep for a long time, so she started reading the report which she had given her. This was about the accident which had happened in this house. In that report, there were pictures of Anna and her father which were taken at the crime scene. Sarah was surprised to see that she looked like that girl somewhere. Well, the next morning Alex had to go to find a job. He's a veterinarian, so maybe he will get a job of taking care of animals on a farm here. Sarah was a little worried because of the night. She tells Alex about that cupboard. There is a door behind it. Alex says that the cupboard is very thin and he will need 3 people to remove it. Sarah tells Alex that today they will prepare Liam's room so that he can sleep in his room at night. After he left, Sarah started decorating her son's room. There was one strange thing in that room. Only the windows of that room were closed. Sarah tries to remove the nail in it, but she is not able to do so. Well, she finds a ribbon in the drawer which was probably not hers. Sarah ties that ribbon in her hair. Now we see that Sarah spends the whole day trying to calm Liam down. I would leave. She would try her best, but Liam would just keep crying, which is what children usually do. She had the most difficulty in feeding Liam because Liam did not breastfeed. Whenever Sarah tried to feed him, he would start crying. Sarah could not understand why he did this, due to which she was very upset. But the reason for this was not only Liam. Actually, Sarah has postpartum depression, which often happens to women after giving birth. During this time, mothers are not able to accept their children and they face a lot of problems. Something similar was happening with Sarah as well. Neither did she sleep properly, nor did she feel like eating anything, nor did she feel deep love for her son. Sometimes she felt as if this child was not hers. Sarah had a rubber band on her hand. Whenever she felt that things were getting out of her hand, she would pull that rubber band to remind herself that this is just her depression. Now one night when Anna was calming Liam, she saw Anna's helper at the window. Seeing this, she also got scared and Liam slipped from her hands. But she saves him. The next day, she again starts hearing the same sounds from behind the cupboard, like children's. This time, when she looks down, a lot of FLIs attack her. Sarah was very scared, but then suddenly those FLIs disappear. Then Chris comes there, whom Sarah had called for some repairs in the house. Sarah does not understand what is happening to her, so she asks Chris about this house. But Chris leaves from there without giving her any answer. Now, while cleaning the house, she finds a dress of Anna, which Sarah liked very much. She gradually started taking a lot of interest in Anna's things. One day, when Sarah was with Liam, she hears someone's voice from the room upstairs. When she goes inside and looks, there is no one there. But then Sarah sees Robert behind her, who is coming towards her. Before Anna can do anything, two hens come out from under the bed and pull Anna, due to which Anna falls. When she looks up, Robert is missing. Anna was very upset with all this. Then she hears Liam's voice, so she runs to see him. If she would have delayed a little, Liam would have been hurt because he was playing with fire. For some days, things were disappearing from the house, like a photo of their wedding and some of Liam's balloons, without which Liam would not be able to calm down. Now Alex was also getting worried. He feels that Sarah is doing all this because of her depression and later, he does not remember it. But due to his work, he was not able to give much time to his family. Well, Alex also got a job, but he does not have much to do with the story, so he does not pay much attention to Alex. One day, Sarah finds an axe in the cupboard, which was probably Robert's. She got very scared after seeing it, so she took out the reports again and started reading them. But there was nothing about the axe in it. So Sarah asks Chris about this. Then finally Chris tells her a terrible secret of this house. He says that actually the girl in the photo, Anna, is not Robert's wife but daughter. His wife died while giving birth to their son Andrew. But after that, Robert lost his mental balance. He started doing wrong things with his own daughter, whom he named Anna. Anna gave birth to 3 children, but Robert killed her first children. So finally Anna, who was fed up with her life, shot herself along with Robert. Sarah cannot believe that a father can do such a thing to his daughter. She asks Chris about Andrew. What happened to him? Did he kill him too, because nothing is written about him in the reports? But Chris leaves from there without telling her anything. Sarah wanted to know the truth, so she meets Cindy, that is, the real estate agent who sold them this house. That woman tells that actually Chris is Andrew, who came back to town by changing his name. That is, Anna was his sister and Robert was his father. Till the time this house was not sold, Chris used to come inside this house every night. No one says anything to him because everyone knows that he has seen very horrific scenes in his life. His father was a beast and he also abused Chris. That is why when Alex and Sarah came to this house for the first time, he came inside the house without telling anyone. Well, these things were not known to anyone. Sarah was very worried about this. One day when she was lying on the sofa, she smelled a very strange odor from there. When she moved it and looked, she found a lot of dirty diapers lying there. But later on, everything was missing. This was a sign of the children whom Robert had finished. That is, poor honest children. When she goes to feed Liam at night, she feels very strange to know that all the milk has been spoiled. There were worms in it, so she pours all the milk in the sink. Even in this story, tension was increasing between Alex and Sarah because Alex knew about Sarah's depression and leaving the city and coming to this peaceful place was the reason for Sarah's depression. Sarah was very sad to know that someone has broken her music box. She does not understand what is happening to her. At night, she was trying to calm Liam down when she sees Robert and Anna in the room in front, who were in a strange position. Sarah leaves Liam there and starts going to that room. Liam was slowly moving towards the stairs and he falls, but then Alex saves him. Alex closes the door so that Sarah cannot come inside. By the way, Ever since these people came to this house, Sarah always felt something or the other. Heard voices, started seeing things. Now Alex was also very upset with all this because Sarah's condition was getting worse day by day. He felt that Sarah deliberately does not take care of Liam. She threw away all the milk to keep him hungry. Then Sarah angrily shows him her torn photo and asks him whether he did this and also broke the music box. Alex does not understand anything, but from their conversation, we understand that Sarah's childhood must have been a little difficult, due to which she had some trauma, which is increasing more now with this depression. That's why Alex called her psychiatrist so that Sarah can start her treatment again, but Sarah did not agree to this. Well, when the doctor comes, Sarah talks to him and tells the doctor that she wants to love her son, but she does not feel any affection for Liam. Sometimes she feels as if he is not her child at all. She just wants to adopt him and call him her own. While telling this, Sarah started crying. Then the doctor explained to her that whatever she is feeling is not true. All this is happening due to her depression, so she should take medicine again, which Sarah had stopped taking because of breastfeeding Liam. Then Sarah said that I am absolutely fine. I do not need medicine. I love my child and want to adopt him. After the doctor left, Chris came there. Then she told him about her childhood. Chris became stunned after hearing this. Chris said that he wanted to buy this house, but he did not have that much money. He loved his sister a lot, but he could not do anything to save her. Chris told that Anna had 3 children, but only one was mentioned in the report. Sarah asked what happened to the other 2 children, but Chris did not answer. Then Sarah understood that the children, whose voices she heard from behind the cupboard, are actually those children. She told Chris about this, but Chris stopped her from doing anything and said that it is for everyone's good. Now Sarah felt that she is not sick, but all this that is happening is because of the house and the kids in the house. Things are disappearing or her music box is breaking, so she pretends to be in a pharmacy in front of Alex. But every night, she throws away the medicine. Now one night Alex had to go out for some work and Sarah was in the bathtub with Liam. Alex did not want to leave her alone with Liam, but Sarah assures him that she is taking medicine so he should not worry. After Alex leaves, Sarah falls asleep. Then she wakes up hearing Liam's voice. But suddenly Robert attacks Sarah and tries to drown her in the bathtub. Sarah somehow saves herself. Because of all this, Liam was also about to drown in the water, but Sarah quickly catches him. She takes him to the room where she hears Anna screaming, and then she sees that Robert is coming towards their room. She quickly closes all the doors, and after a while everything becomes quiet. She hears Alex's voice from downstairs, so she goes to see him, but there was no one there. She runs to Liam. Sarah came, but Liam was also not on his bed. Sarah sees that the door behind the cupboard is now open from where the sound of Liam's crying was coming. So Sarah entered inside. That room was very dirty and all the things that had disappeared from the house were also present there. Then Sarah sees 2 children there who had Liam. It is definitely true that they were children. Sarah asks for Liam from them, but those boys say that Liam is ours because you do not take care of him. You trouble him. We have seen all this. That is why they will not give Liam back. Sarah cries and tells them to give me Liam back. He is mine. He is my child. Then that other boy was about to kill Sarah by picking up an axe, and at the same time, she realized that Liam is a part of her. The scene suddenly changed. This is what she wanted to feel. Finally, she had completely accepted her son, meaning that her mind has now accepted this truth. We see that those 2 children who were missing from there were not there in reality. These terrible things here. That is, the accident, the trauma of Hath, and the recent depression. All this had become a murder. Robert had killed the children a long time ago. Sarah imagined this because the mind does complex imagination, so that it can create a better situation for itself. She knew the story of Anna and Robert, so she was thinking all this in her mind. She hid the stuff in the attic because she had found the way out of the cupboard. But we were shown as if Robert and Anna's souls are in the house, and the children are still alive who are in the attic. This suspense remains. But actually all this was in Sarah's mind, and when she felt Liam going away from her, she realized how much she loved him, due to which her depression finally ended. The next morning she assures Alex that she is absolutely fine now. Seeing her happy, She consoled Alex as well. Now 3 years pass by. We see Sarah and Alex, who were very happy in their house. Then Liam comes into the room, who had grown up now, and we come to know that Sarah is pregnant again, about which they were all happy. But we see a worried look on Sarah's face. Perhaps he is afraid that what happened with Liam may happen with his second child as well, and with this, friends, the film ends.